go for like the hottest girl first and then work my way backwards. The other school of thought is you can go at like 1 or 2 in the morning when the clubs are starting to close. And that's like the window where now it's kind of like last call. And now you're kind of cherry picking off drunk girls and basically hitting them up and trying to go back up to the hotel room. Can you see the white screen?
Yeah.
So let me just set this up real quick. So this will be like time and oops. Inner ENERGY energy. Right. And then so imagine this is the time of 10 p.m. And this is the time of, let's say, midnight. And this is I don't know, about 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. It starts getting crazy. And the idea is the night, obviously it's going to kind of start off slow and then it builds its way up, like around 9 o'clock, right around 10, 10:30. Now it's kind of like, now the club's starting to peak and it peaks until like 11 o'clock. Now it's like midnight. The energy starts going down and this is where people start leaving the club and that's kind of like the end of their night. But if you're doing I want to pull drunk chicks out of the club and basically cherry pick them as they're maybe walking out of the club and then you kind of hit them up, then it's more like what you want to do is boost their energy back up. That's why you want to come in with that happy, positive vibe where you're like, hey, you girls, like, where are you guys heading right now? Hey, there's an after party going on. Because like they didn't want the night to end. They want to keep partying, but the club is closing. It's kind of dying. You're coming in with value saying, hey, there's an after party. Boom. Whether that after
But the
party is
thing
at your
is,
house or whatever.
like a lot of times, like the main DJ comes on at 1,
Uh-huh.
and like it's hard. Like a lot of times, it's hard to get their attention.
Yeah.
They're looking at.
Well, yeah, it was just for a show. It's like a little different. I was meaning like at like a regular nightclub where there's just some DJ playing and it's kind of what I was saying is like you're boosting the energy level up and kind of giving a second wind in a way until the time it starts dropping naturally again. But ideally, if you can get her here back to your house, back to the after party, then you can get the sex, and then it doesn't matter anyway because then she's going to leave afterwards. Yeah. Oh, so you're saying kind of like more like at a club where the main act isn't even coming on until 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So yeah, then it's going to be like a little different. It's going to take a lot more time. People are showing up fashionably late. Finally, boom! Now we're going to the club, and now same kind of shit.
So I've been coming around 12:30. So I've been coming around 12:30
around here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's coming at the peak of it.
Is that not good?
If it was me, like if I was going to go see like Tiesto and he wasn't playing until 1 a.m., I'd still probably want to be there. If I was there to see him, then I would show up closer at that time, or I would show up like a couple hours early so that I could get close enough to the stage where he's playing. But if I was trying to meet girls, I would want to show up early and just start fucking hitting them up here when the club is still like, where I can still walk around and breathe, and it's not like fucking shoulder to shoulder. Remember, like when we went to that club in the Fremont Street, and it had that upstairs, and we walked.
Yeah.
And like downstairs, by the time we had been there for like an hour, all of a sudden you couldn't even walk in there, and you're getting trampled.
That's what it's all. I find it like I'm always in a situation just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And these massive piles of people, and it's just like, how do you have a fucking normal conversation here?
Yeah. So I mean, I know this will sound fucking probably contrary to the rest of the seduction community, but like, let's say it's like 9:30 to 10 o'clock p.m. and usually the club is pretty empty at that point. Like there'll be, oops, hey, motherfucker.
Let's call it 10:30. I don't even know if they opened at 9.
What the fuck? Well, there'll be like a couple of girls. What the fuck? This shit is not working. Big fat girl. No. There'll be like a group here, a two set over here, maybe. The fuck is going on with my shit? There you go. Yeah. And like, I like to come in when it's slower like this, and like the groups are more spread out, because then I can clearly see here's a 3 set, here's a 2 set, here's a 2 set, and here's my target. Like, this is the hot chick, and I can walk in the club and I can go straight over to her, and there's no guys. It's not like fucking packed where there's like all these guys watching. I could just basically be like, hey, what's up? You're cute. Who are you? Yeah, I'm Ryan. Blah, blah, blah. And then I can either take her to the bar to have a drink, or I could be like, yeah, what are you guys doing right now? You know, this place is kind of dead right now, but over here, whatever this may be, whether it's an after party or whether it's another bar down the street or it's a McDonald's, like, yeah, well, I was going to go get some food, or I was going to go over here to get a drink. You guys want to come with me? And then basically take them out of that club and go for the instant date. And now I'm getting the hottest chick because she hasn't been hit on by fucking 50 different dudes already, and then her ego is through the roof.
But no, the hottest chick is in. Let's say the hottest chick is in excess. How are you going to get her out of the club? At 10 or 10:30.
Well, if I walk up to her and I'm just like, I like to say like, "You're cute. Who are you?" Or, "Hey, what's up?"
No, that's fine. I mean, yeah, but I'm saying like, how are you going to get her like to go to McDonald's with you at 10:30? Is what I'm saying. If she's at excess,
if she's into it, she can. I mean, she's a girl. She gets in and out for free all the time. Again, if that was the type of game that I was trying to run that night, usually, to be honest with you, I don't even go for polls a lot of the time. Like, it can happen, but I get more of my results by doing, like, let's say this approach, going up to that hot chick and be like, hey, what's up? Who are you? And then I talk to her for a second and I say, well, you know, I'm meeting some friends and I know you're here with your friends, but let's trade numbers. And then I'll take her number. And then again, the next day I'll call her back and set up a date. I get most of my results by playing it that way, by getting her number. And then maybe I'll go get 1 or 2 more numbers in the club and then I'll go somewhere else. But the way that I do it is more like a business. It's like, okay, on Friday night, I got to go to work. And for 4 hours from like 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., I'm going to go out and collect all my numbers that I want, that I'm going to work throughout the week. So I'm not actually, like, my goal isn't to fuck her that night. My goal is to just get her number and 19 other girls' numbers. And then, you know, the next morning, that's when I'm getting on the phone here and then calling them back and setting up a date. Hey, I met you at the club last night. You want to grab a coffee? Or, you know, maybe I do the pool, you know, the pool party thing. Hey, yeah, the pool was fucked up and there was like a lot of chlorine in the pool. But I was going to see if you wanted to get a drink. Or if she's down, yeah, I was just kicking it, watching some Netflix right now. If you want to come hang out and split a bottle of wine, then get her back straight to my house. So I'm just telling you, like, that's how I personally.
Do you text them or you call them?
I like to just call, honestly. Like, I will text sometimes, but I actually feel like if I just call her and she answers it, she's gonna, because most guys don't call girls, they just text them. So the fact that someone's I won't do a video call though, because that's too much. Now she's like, who's trying to video call me? That's like, her mom might do that, but some random guy from the club.
What if I double texted? I got no response. Is it too much to then call?
I would wait like a couple of hours, and then you could do like an ellipse test, like put the 3 little dots to kind of just, it's like a poke. So then you're like, hey, what's up? Like, it's kind of a way to call her on her shit that she's not responding, but doesn't make you sound too needy.